Hello there, my name is Hocus Pocus. How are you doing today? I'm doing just fine, so I hope that you are as well. That would be awesome if you are, because, I want everyone here to be nice and happy, just as I am. So, today's episode is 122 of the series. And to kick things off, I actually have a question for you guys. I think I'm going to try and create one of those polls in the top right corner. So, hopefully that pops up right now or sometime soon and you guys can respond to it. So whilst I'm doing that, I'm going to just sit on the cart and take a ride through the tunnel that we built last episode for those of you that missed it. And the question is basically asking, what would you guys prefer to see? Would you prefer to see a hardcore survival series that is in vanilla Minecraft? Or would you prefer to see a modded I was about to say modded vanilla, that doesn't make sense. A modded Minecraft series that is going to be featuring the Project Ozone 3 mod pack. So the poll will have those two options, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, but recently I've kind of reverted to a schedule where I will post the Let's Play on one day, and then the day after I'll post a random video, and then the Let's Play again. So the Let's Play is every other day, with a random video in between. But I'm kind of struggling at the moment to find ideas for those random videos, so if I don't have an idea I probably just won't upload. And it'd be nice just to have something to fill the void with. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to either do a hardcore survival Let's Play series or a modded Project Ozone 3 series. And those videos will be slightly less detailed than the Let's Play episodes because, that they're usually ones that I don't spend as much time on just to give me a break in between Let's Play episode recordings. So it'd be great if you guys could answer the poll up above, leave any comments regarding that down below, and of course subscribe if you are new. So let's get on with today's episode. Okay guys, we made it back to base, and I know that I didn't mention that this is where we would be going, but I figured that we'd spend some time away from the Guardian farm for this episode since we've been there for I think the past 3 episodes now, so a lot of work has gone into that place in the last hour or so of footage that you guys have seen, so it's probably time to mix it up. But I'm in a bit of a dilemma because we have a lot of things that we could work on. There are a lot of potential projects that we could pick up and sort of progress, which is a good situation to be in. It's not a bad situation to be in whatsoever. I'm going to just pop this shulker box down somewhere as well because I need to open that and start distributing items. But as I say, yeah, I'm in a bit of a dilemma about what we're going to do today. So I'm going to have a think. And as I say, it's definitely not going to be the Guardian farm. So keep an eye out. And I'm sure that we will come up with something in just a second. You know what, guys? I actually think I'm going to do something that's a little bit out. It's a little bit left field, I think. But I'm going to suggest that today we work on it. So I think what I want to do in this episode is actually try to progress the general look of the ravine itself, because the ravine is still a mess, right? I look around, I see all of these patches of diorite, I see the granite, I see dirt in the ceiling as well as more granite. We've got this huge flat area here which needs organizing. We've got this holy wall here that again definitely needs some organizing. We've got this patch here of stone, which doesn't really fit in at all. We've got another patch of stone here, again, not really fitting in with any sort of theme. So I think today I want to begin by doing some work organizing the ravine itself and just trying to start to bring things together, because eventually we do want to polish this area up, right? And make sure everything looks good and everything sort of comes together as one to create a nice overall look and feel. So why not start today? It's been a while. We sort of put it off for a long time now, or haven't really bothered focusing on it for a long time now. So I think the first place for us to start is probably here. So organize this wall, organize this small wall. Think about how we're going to bring the trim around to match this height here, because it does need to match this one due to this area not being able to be shortened. So I do have an idea of how we can do that. And then once we're done with those two walls, we'll just progress from there. So give me a second, you guys, and I'll be right back. We actually ended up taking a bit of a different direction than the one I intended to go in. And that was just to kind of rough up the corner a little bit, make it look naturally formed, and forget the need to actually bring this trim up a level, because I thought that might kind of look stupid. So the next thing we're going to do, I think, to just keep this going here, we're going to start to build up the stone here. And don't worry, we will eventually switch this stone out for something, or not something a bit more interesting, but we will add a few different textures to it just to make sure that it's not just one color, one block, boring kind of stuff. So let's take those out, and then we want to scaffold a little bit along this way, just so that we can access this hole here. And then I think the next step as well is to probably just pull all of this gravel out because, again, we want to do what we usually do, and that is to convert everything to stone first and then work from there because stone is the base, you know, stone is the base texture for this design. And then you kind of just branch away from that with a few different textures and mix things up ever so slightly, you know, creating that nice mixture of textures that we have grown fond of in the base. So let's just take down the scaffolding here. I think that's probably going to work well enough for the time being. So taking a step back, this is what we've got. We've got a nice big flat wall. Brilliant. Yeah, this again, this area here really doesn't look great at all, does it? Because it's very blocky, very square, very clean and polished, and we don't really want our ravine looking like that. We want it to look more like this, where we've got areas that have overhangs, slabs in there. We've got a variety of textures going on. So we might do something just to make this look a little bit more rough, especially up there where it's flat. And I think I also want to go ahead and tear down all of this wood. So I might quickly go and do that. Goodbye, wood. I'm going to miss you. It's going to be strange having it gone, actually, because although it doesn't really fit in with the base at all, it's been here since the start, right? And this was it? It seems as though it was part of an abandoned mine shaft, but I really can't remember ever exploring it, you know? So I don't really know if it was that big at all or if we never got around to seeing everything. But yeah, as I say, I can't really remember all that well anything about this abandoned mine shaft that seems to have been in this ravine. So maybe I won't miss it as much as I think I will. But there you go. That's a lot cleaner, right? We don't have that huge wooden walkway just jetting out into the middle of our ravine. We now have stone to work with. We do need to fill in all of these small caves up on the sides of the ravine as well. But that will come sometime in the future, if not in today's episode. So this flat wall here, I'm going to leave for the time being, and I want to work on this area here. So I want to just give the textures to this part, sort of blend it into the ceiling a bit more because it kind of, the overhang here is a little bit too much. So we might just pop in a couple of extra stone blocks here and there to ensure that it doesn't look too you know, over the top. We might do something like that, bring that down and do that maybe, and then have one extra there. I don't know. Something like that will work, I think. Maybe even that will be a bit better. If we did something like that, maybe, I think that's quite nice. And then what we want to do here is probably take that out and just move it across one to be there instead. There. I think that works, right? That works. And I'm using the slime block launcher as well. So what I'll do is I'll just add in a couple of the textures here over here as well. And again, that'll be the next step in bringing this all together. And just like that, you guys, in a short space of time, things are definitely looking better already. And I really like how this design sort of complements everything else that we've got going on in the base so far. One thing I did have in mind, though, was maybe eventually we will actually switch the floor design out because it's ever so similar to the walls. And maybe, just maybe we're using a little bit too much stone around here, so possibly a warmer texture for the floor might actually work a bit better. Something in the wood category maybe, but you know, you guys could let me know what you think about that maybe if you have any ideas for me. But for the time being, we'll leave things as they are. I think we just need to extend this up ever so slightly as well, so I'm going to break out a few more blocks here that we can pop some different textures into. We can go with one there, probably work. Okay, yeah, that'll be fine. And then what we'll do is we'll go with a mossy cobble up there. Then we'll pop in an andesite. So this is sort of the process I go through. I think you guys already know how things work. Did I break that one or is that one just broken anyway? I will go ahead and pop a texture in there regardless of the status of that block. But as I'm saying, this doesn't take long at all, and it is already beginning to improve the look of the base, in my opinion. So we'll continue onwards, and anywhere that we sort of have this random, like here, look, we have some more random stone. We'll try and do a similar type job. And again, guys, the textures do the trick. So I've kind of left this area open as well because we did want to have a jukebox here if we ever wanted to play some tunes around the base. Not that I think I haven't really used the jukeboxes that much since I put them in, but they are there if we ever do require them. So once again, same thing going on. I've actually tried something different here. So we've got a slab on top of a ridge instead of hanging underneath a ridge. And I did have a slab in here as well, but so it looks something like this. But I figured, why don't we actually just go ahead and make this a small fixture? So we've got a light in there now, a little lantern that hovers over the top of the jukebox. And I think that works well enough, right? It gives it that extra bit of design. We could actually do that and keep the slab in there if we wanted to. Yeah, you know what? I think we might go with that. We'll have the little jukebox with the lantern on top. I'm sure we'll still be able to play tunes in it if we wanted to. And this is it. So I've kind of just built the ridge up as well to go over the top of the arch here. And then we'll do something around this area eventually as well. We'll probably just create ourselves a fake wall there just to make it look like the ravine actually ends at this point and curves back around. So from this point, I'll just be searching for areas that we can work on, possibly over in the corner there. This area is quite flat and needs a lot of work, and this area here. So this is probably the next step, I suppose. I'm actually quite blown away at the significant difference that it makes just to have some polished up walls in here. You know, adding these textures in definitely helps a lot with that. And so far I've just taken it up to under here, and you can notice as well that I've actually got rid of the vines. So it might be an idea to create a vine farm sometime soon, just because at the moment this is the vine farm, I guess. Our base is the vine farm, so we're going to need somewhere to actually harvest those from in the future once we've tore all of them down. But I don't know about you guys, but as I say, this to me is a much needed improvement in the base, and is just helping to really round off the direction in which we're taking things. So I'm pretty happy with how it's going so far. And I really only wanted to get started on tackling the lower layers of the base today. I guess we could even go ahead and do a bit here as well. Just add a couple of textures in, maybe some gravel. Let's go some... No, actually, we'll go with that right there. Then we'll go with some gravel right there. Replace that torch. We've got some andesite in here. Okay, so keeping things moving. Maybe a mossy cobblestone in there just to add something else. And then what we'll do is we'll bring some stone in here just to fill in this wall area here like that. There we go. So we've got an actual wall in place on either side of the staircase now, which is something that we haven't had since we built this area. And yeah, as I say, everything's going good so far. I'm really liking how this is turning out. But moving on, we might have to tackle something else, because as I say, I only wanted to really do the lower parts of the base for today. Okay, not sure what happened here, but I guess neglecting your villagers is never a good idea. And if you remember correctly, we had villagers spread all throughout this tube, and now we have one baby right here at the end. And I don't know how many we've got here, but it's not enough to... yes, I think there's probably only like 4 or 5 villagers there. So we've gone from having, I think, around probably 70 or so villagers to having about 5. So I don't really know. Don't really know what happened. I'm going to fly up to the breeder itself just to double check on the guys up there. Okay, yeah, they seem to be doing fine. So really don't know the issue there. I guess a zombie got in or something like that and just murdered everybody. But wait, no, because if that happened, wouldn't they turn to zombie villagers? Oh, I really have no idea, guys, but we're down a few villagers. Anyway, the reason I came out here was just to check on the iron farm. And that thing is doing just swell, it seems. So, yeah, that's good. That's good to see. I don't know why I really brought you guys back in for that, but I just wanted to show you that the villagers had a bit of an issue. Look where we found ourselves, guys, even though I promised we wouldn't be over here today. But I do promise something else. This isn't going to be because we're working on the Guardian farm again, so don't worry about that. I'm actually really interested in getting a Trident, and I saw a lot of the drowned mobs spawning around here whilst I was building the tunnel thing that goes down to the surface there, or the down to the ocean floor. So what I was figuring is that maybe we could hang out here for a while. I'm just going to explore the local area. We've got a few underwater ravines, maybe a few underwater ruins, that kind of thing. And any drowned mobs that I see, I'm going to slay, of course, in an attempt to take a trident from them. And I think you can actually attain tridents from drowned mobs that don't actually have them equipped, which was something that maybe I was getting mixed up last time I was thinking about this. But it would be nice to gain ourselves a trident that we could then enchant and use for combat purposes, of course. What else would we use it for, right? I found a little cave here. Don't really want to be in there, though. We want to be out in the murky depths where it is dark enough to spawn these guys. At the moment, not seeing too many. I probably should hunt around for an underwater ruin, right? Because I think it's more common for them to spawn there. And we've just got in range of our... what is it called? I wanted to call it a catalyst then, but it's not called a catalyst, is it? I can't actually remember what it's called, but you guys know what we're talking about here. So, as I say, I'm going to spend a little bit of time wandering around this area, see if we can spot any drowned mobs, and if we do, take them out and hopefully get ourselves a trident. But you know, with the drop rates, this could take a while. So we will see what sort of progress we make. Here's our first guy, and you never know what our luck might be about today. So let's take him down and hope for the best. Nothing. Nothing at all. All right. Anyway, did I hear another one? No, I'm drowning at the moment. That's not good. Let's grab some air. I thought I heard another one gurgle and growl. So let's see if I can spot him. If I did hear one, that is. But if not, we will be swiftly moving on. Okay, area looks clear. Let's move on. Here's a chance, you guys. We've got a trident thrower. And he's doing no damage to me with this armor, which is great. Come on, please. No! No, he didn't drop one. And we're not having the best of luck either. So I'm going to keep going. I'm killing a few squid as well as we go. You know, squid is always a useful thing to kill for the ink sacs. So we're getting something out of it, if nothing, which is nice. So here we go. I'm going to continue on my quest for a trident. Oh boy, we've got another trident-wielding freak of nature coming at us here. All right, come on. Please drop it. Please drop it, and then I can be done. No. No. Okay, no trident for me again by the looks of things. I just got to level 45 though, that's cool. Yeah, I don't think I missed it at all. I think I just didn't get what I wanted again. Okay, that's a shame, but again, moving on. You guys, I did it, I got one. And unfortunately, we've got the undead mafia on us now, but yeah, I say unfortunately, it's probably unfortunate for them actually that they've decided to come and end their lives this way, but I've got one, and that's great. And I actually ended up looting it from a trident wielding drowned, I mean to say. So I don't know, guys. Can you loot these from guys that don't wield them, or what? Because I'm really confused now. It seems as though I should have killed more than enough to loot one from a guy that doesn't wield it, if that is the case. But then I don't know. I don't know if they're just really rare if they aren't wielding them, or if you can't actually loot them if they aren't wielding them. I really have no idea. So if one of you guys could let me know, that'd be awesome. Anyway, I think before we end today's episode, I would like to try and get this trident back to base and enchant it. That would be very cool indeed. So I think I'll just meet you guys back over at the base, and we'll see what we can do with this thing. Oh yeah. Okay guys, back at base with our trident, and I've already organized a few books for us. So we've got Mending, we've got Loyalty 3, and we should have Impaling 5 after combining those. And we've also got Channeling. We just need Unbreaking 3, so I think we need 18 emeralds. So let's just do 2 of those and put that in there. And then do this. Okay, there's our 18 emeralds. We also need a book before I go running off over to the villagers. I don't have a book with me. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Some leather will be good here if we've got some. No, doesn't look like we do. Okay, up to the animal farm then, and come on, this has to work. It's worked for me today. I promise it has. And of course, every time we go on camera, it doesn't work. All right, whatever. Looks like we're gonna have to take this way up this time again. Ouch. Got a zombie over there, just making sure that there are no creepers around, because occasionally that does happen. Okay, cow, you go down like that, thank you. And that gives us the leather that we require. So let's, wow, we got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pop those away, create ourselves a book. Perfect. And then the meat can go in there as well. Zombie, you just do whatever you need to do, man. And then we can take this up to our villager friend, who is trading an Unbreaking 3 book for 18 emeralds and a book. And here he is. So if we take that trade, get ourselves the Unbreaking 3 book. I also managed to grab all of this stuff. I did a few looting missions on some what do you call it? Shipwrecks, and some of the underground structures that have those small chests in them. And I did one treasure map as well, just because, you know, sometimes they're a little bit fun to do. So it wasn't too far away as well, so I thought I'd go ahead and do that. All right, let's head over to our enchanting setup. I'm hoping that 45 levels will be enough. Could be wrong, but I'm going to just hope for the best. And if not, we'll quickly take a trip to the Guardian Farm to make sure that we do have enough levels. All right, let's get this thing enchanted. So first things first, what should we put on it? So we've got power 4 and channeling. That's going to just give us channeling, which is okay. Good. And then we've got loyalty 3 and impaling 4. And then if we combine those two, that gives us impaling 5. And there goes the anvil. Okay, I will come back in just a second. There's nothing like a fresh anvil. There we go. I also went ahead and got another 40 levels, as you guys can see. So next up, I'm breaking 3 for the Trident. And then to finish things off, mending. And what should we call this? I don't know what to call it yet, so I'm not going to give it a name because I want to think of something good. I don't want to just name it out of the blue, you know. So we've got our Trident, and it's got Channeling, Loyalty 3, Impaling 5, Unbreaking 3, and Mending. I think this thing's going to be quite dangerous, if I'm honest with you. What does it say for attack? So 9 attack damage when compared to our Diamond Sword, which has 10, sorry. But the good thing about the Trident is that it's a much more versatile weapon, so it's got a ranged attack as well as a melee attack, and of course it comes back to you without any sort of effort, which again is another bonus of it. And I think it would deal some damage close range melee style as well, as I say. So I think this thing might actually replace the sword depending on how well it gets on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to retire the sword to the miscellaneous tools chest for now. And we'll just see how things go with the Trident. You know, if it doesn't go too well, we might bring the sword back, but we'll just retire it down there for now. And we'll just give the Trident a go because, as I say, it's really versatile. It has the melee. I think it has the sword proficiency to actually work in melee range as well. So we will see how that goes. But yeah, look at us now. We're like Poseidon, right? We've got the Trident. And all we need now is to rule the 7 seas, which there are more than 7 in Minecraft, I'm sure of that. Alright, you guys, that is all from me for today. That's an interesting way to hold a Trident, that is, dude, without actually touching it. But anyway, as I said, that is all from me today, so welcome back to the video for the last time. This has been episode 122 of the LP series, and it's been a very fun one for me to record, so I hope you've enjoyed it yourselves, and I hope you've had a lot of fun with me today, and we finally got the Trident. We're a little bit late to the Trident party, unfortunately. That update has long since passed, but, you know, it's always good to get there eventually, and now we have ourselves a beautiful, beautiful tri-pronged stick of death, which I'm going to be using, as I say, I'm going to be using. So if you did enjoy today's video, be sure to drop a like down below. That would be much appreciated by myself. And also, if you have any questions, suggestions, comments, or feedback, please be sure to leave those down in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get back to you on those. And finally, if you're new around here or you just haven't subscribed yet, then what are you doing? Come on, hit that subscribe button, dude. Come on, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned to this series and every other video that we decide to post to the channel. Also, do remember to leave your feedback on whether you'd like to see a survival hardcore or a modded Project Ozone 3 playthrough of Minecraft. Either of those will be feasible for me to do on the days I don't release the LP series. So if either of those are interesting to you, then be sure to let me know. And aside from that, have a good rest of your day. I will be streaming on Friday. Time's released sometime soon. So if you want to be in the know about that, then be sure to join the Discord server. There's a link for that down below, as well as every other social media page. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. And I will catch you all in the next video. I've been Hocus Pocus. Bye. Bye.